may be seated.
Hello, Your Honor. This is a case of Andrews versus Glenn.
Thank you, Jerome.
You're welcome.
Good day, everyone. Ms. Andrews, you claim that while at a restaurant recently, you were shocked when Mr. Glenn approached you out of the blue and raised his pant leg to reveal a tattoo of your name on his leg. Now, you say he then dropped the bomb that he believes he is your biological father.
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Glenn, you confess you kept a 30-year secret because a good family raised Ms. Andrews and you didn't want to interfere with that.
That's right, Your Honor.
You say you now believe you have evidence to prove that you are Ms. Andrews' father and you believe today's DNA results will verify your claim.
That's right, Your Honor.
All right,
100%.
now, Ms. Andrews, why do you doubt Mr. Glenn is your biological father?
Your Honor, honestly, Mr. Glenn has not been in my life the entire years that I have been living. I was raised by the father. My biological father was in my life. I've never known a Mr. Glenn. I don't know him.
You never knew Mr. Glenn?
I knew of him, but I did not know him enough to say, hey, you're my dad, and now all of a sudden,
So when you say you knew of him, explain.
I knew that he was the father of my youngest sister.
Okay.
Okay. Supposedly we had different fathers, and it was never a question, never until.
And what was your relationship with your father, the man you were told was your father? What was that like?
I had a great relationship with my father. Although I did not live in the same household as he came around. He attended family reunions. He done things for me. He was even at my graduation, my high school graduation. He was at my college graduation as well. So, you know, to just run into someone after all those years, to just say that you're my father. I was going to a restaurant in Atlanta, a beautiful restaurant, to have something to eat, and I run into him, and he revealed to me that I was his daughter, and he showed me the tattoo on his leg. This is the time I'm still grieving over the loss of my father, who passed on my due date of my second child. So as I'm still grieving over this, I run into him to express that he's my father. Now it's bringing more complications, and now I need answers. I need answers. I need to know what's going on.
Mr. Glenn, what a story.
How you doing?
You decided to tell her that you believe you were her biological father at a restaurant?
Me and her mother grew up together.
Okay.
Raised up together. And we started dating in 1976. And then I left for about 8 months. When I left, and I came back, Donna was born. She was about 2-3 months old.
You were in a relationship with Ms. Andrews' mother.
Right.
You left town.
Yes, I left town.
By the time you come back, she had a baby.
Right. But she didn't never tell me
But
that
she never came and told you
that she was pregnant. I asked her about the child, why she didn't tell me, after her cousin told me about it. I said, why you do that there, Lisa? But she didn't never give me no answer to it.
Did you feel instantly in your heart she was yours?
When her cousin had told me this, and so I started calculating and started thinking from the night that we went to the club in 77 and went home with her, and that's, I felt like that when she got pregnant.
So you calculated up the time and you felt that I could be the father.
Right.
And that's when you confronted her mother.
Yes.
Mr. Glenn, what happened that night at the restaurant? Why this day? Why at the restaurant? Why did you pick that time to say it?
Because I hadn't seen her in so long. I know you were getting raised by a good family.
That does not
and
matter.
Then I was in the street, and I didn't really want to go.
That does not matter.
I didn't really want to.
Why would you wait till my father passed?
But Donna, you already had a feeling that I was part of you.
No, I never had a feeling. No, that's not true. No,
you
I
heard
have
it
never.
Before. Then your sister tell you that.
My father is the father that attended graduations and birth of my children. That's a father, not on a piece of
Glenn.
But I couldn't.
Mr. Glenn, let her tell you how she feels.
He signed my birth certificate. He took on responsibility from day one, and that's what matters. This hurts. This really hurts me. This hurts.
What you missing, baby? I wasn't there to do that because she don't put the baby on Roger.
Mr. Glenn, what you're saying is you thought it was best to just take a step back because the father that raised her already thought he was the father, and you just decided to leave it alone.
Your Honor, and it was a situation. The only reason why I went on and proceeded to see whether or not he was my father, because when I was on a plane one time, it was a guy who claims that he was a psychic, and he was sitting beside me, and he gave me a description of my father, and he said, your father is dark complected, he's muscular built, and he's a very cocky man. Now, when this man approached me and told me this, I'm thinking this guy's delusional on this plane with me because I know the description of my father, and it sure isn't that. So that was the first thing. And then the second thing that made me think of something, I had a cousin out of nowhere in the family, waited till about 6 months before my father passed to say that, you know, Roger is not your father, out of the blue. So now by the time I see him at the restaurant and he showed me the tattoo, I'm like, okay, this is crazy. I need some answers.
You feel like you keep getting these signs.
I'm getting these signs, and now I'm looking at the family that I grew up with like, okay, somebody has some answers, what's going on. It actually, when you approached me, Mr. Glenn, it put me in depression. It seems to me like a coward move. It does.
No,
you wait
no,
till he died. You wait till our mother passed away. We don't have nobody word but your word now. You're only your word.
And the DNA.
And that's unfair.
And the DNA.
You could have did DNA when I was young. I'm
And the
struggling. I
DNA.
have children, and I'm doing just fine. I've got a degree. I'm in graduate school. I'm doing just
And
fine
I love
now.
that for you. I love that, baby. I love that. I love that.
I do not think that he had an ulterior motive as to why he out the blue said that I'm his daughter, because if anybody put some ink on their skin that's permanently there, felt something. So I want to know, when did you, if you felt that strong to put that tattoo on your leg, don't worry about me being in a good family, household, or you feel they have money, or those are your thoughts. You never sat down and just asked me how I felt. And that's what's most important. And I'm not here to bash you, but I'm here to just keep it real.
Yeah, I understand that. I understand that.
If you want more episodes of Paternity Court, make sure to subscribe and click on the notification bell. You felt like, Mr. Glenn, you were an outsider looking in, and you felt like she had a good family structure.
Yes.
She was growing up.
And went to college, you know.
She was
and
getting everything right.
That's right. I used to think about it every day, all the time.
What did you say to yourself when you thought about it?
That's my daughter. That's my daughter. I wish I could just, you know, I wanna reach out to her, but you know, I didn't know really how to come at her like that.
Well,
you know, because it's been so many years.
Let me tell you something. The man that I called my father, can I show you a picture of him?
Absolutely.
Okay,
And this
of
is
my
the man
father.
that raised you for
But
30 years.
Right, and it was a little confusing when the cousin came to me with that information that that's not my father. That was 6 months before he passed. So I had an argument with my father one day, and out of the blue I said, "You're not my father anyway." And I only took that information based on what a family member said, because that's when I realized at that time I was feeling confused.
Okay.
And it just came out of my mouth. You're not my father anyway.
All right.
And that was, I think I said that to get him to tell me something that maybe the puzzle was missing.
Okay.
Like something is missing. So I thought that would trigger him to give me information, but he never believed, no doubt in his mind, that I'm his daughter. So I kept it just that way.
So you didn't get any response from him that would indicate that he was not your father?
He was so adamant that I was his daughter. I was in his will. He left me as his beneficiary, you know.
Even in his death, he provided for you in his will.
Yes.
As his daughter.
Yes.
Now, you have your sister here as a witness.
Yes, I do.
Jerome, will you please escort Ms. Gates into the courtroom, please?
Sure.
Please state your name for the court.
My name is Africa Gates.
Ms. Gates, please state your relationship to Ms. Andrews.
Donna Andrews is my sister. She's my middle sister.
Okay, and you are the?
Oldest of
Right.
3 girls.
Okay.
Yes.
Ms. Gates, do you believe Mr. Glenn is Ms. Andrews' father?
No, I do not. No, I do
Why?
not. Keep in mind that Donna and Yolanda are 11 months apart. If he had thought that he was her father, okay, keep in mind my mother had to get pregnant again to have my baby sister. And so if he's her, he had opportunity to be a father to her.
Right.
Even
So
when
your
she was like a
point is,
baby.
if he is the father of your younger sister, why not just say I'm also the father
exactly.
of...
You know, he had opportunity. He said that she was raised in a good family. She was raised, her father's family was, and he is, Roger Andrews is her father. He had opportunity to say this when she was an infant. Okay, before she even established a bond with this family, with the Andrews family.
But I didn't know at the time though, because your mother had done told him. I didn't know she was pregnant at the time.
It's still your
Yeah,
responsibility.
what I'm saying.
It
but
was
I had
still
to
your
run away
responsibility
before I
find
got
out.
back.
Let me understand this. As the older sister,
Right.
we know you here the whole time.
The whole time.
You have never
Never.
in your life
And I've had
heard anything that would suggest that Mr. Glenn...
my mother's side of the family never mentioned this. It was a total shock to me. I just finally accepted that he's the father of my youngest sister. I never really believed that he was her father. I've always thought that Roger was the father of both of them.
So why do you think Mr. Glenn is saying this now?
I don't know. And he's never once mentioned to me that he may be Donna's father.
So you have no
Never.
idea why he
so
would
when,
say this,
when
why
the
he would
tattoo day came up, I was just as much shocked as she was.
Well, his contention was that he felt like your mother never confirmed it to him when he asked the question and he confronted her. She never said, this is your child. And she already had named someone else the father, and she was growing up and had a great life. So he took a step back because he felt like this was the wrong decision, but for the right reason is what he suggested.
I can understand his reason because, you know, back then everybody was doing their thing. My parents, my mother and him and Roger, they were all, you know, I'm just gonna say it was the 70s. So nobody was
That's all
being
you have to
productive.
say, and we understand.
That nobody was being productive. So I understand his point about having her grow up, have a family that he couldn't provide for her.
And that's
I
what
understand that part, but why not some kind of notion or just before she got, wow, who does that? Who lets a person grow up and get grown? And then it's like an insult, a slap in the face to my stepfather who's passed on. To say that after he's died, why didn't he mention it when he was alive so we could get to the bottom of this? Now everybody's passed away. Who can we ask?
Right.
It's all hearsay.
The DNA.
Well,
the DNA.
that's
the
why
DNA.
this court is here. The great thing about DNA is that it doesn't lie.
That's what I'm here for.
And that's why paternity court is here. Now, what are your hopes, Mr. Glenn?
I'm the father. I'm her father.
No,
You
Your
I'm
Honor.
her father.
want to be Miss Andrews' father. You
I'm her
want.
father.
No, Your Honor, no.
You believe it in your heart, Miss
believe it in
Andrews.
my
What
I
are
would
your
not
hopes?
call you that. Like, okay, if it does come back that you are my father, don't expect me to call you dad.
I wouldn't look for you, call me dad.
Don't
Call
expect
son.
me to get emotionally wrapped up into you.
Yeah,
It would just be something that's on a piece of paper and that's it. And then I would give you the respect, talk
right,
to
that's
you,
all. I will give
keep
you
in
that.
touch, but that's it.
That's
I
it.
can't come up with all these feelings. I'm 35 years old.
I understand that.
I have children, 6 and 11 and almost 2 years old. And if you are, I mean, look how much you not only would have affected me, but them as well, seriously.
This is a pretty huge family mystery. Let's not wait any longer. Let's go to the results. Jerome, the results, please.
Here you go, Your Honor.
These results were prepared by DNA Diagnostics and they read as follows. When it comes to the paternity of Ms. Donna Andrews, Mr. Glenn, you are her father.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Oh God. Oh sis. Oh my God. You're wrong for that. You're wrong for that. Oh, Shine, you could have done better. Oh my God. Come on. Okay, sis, can have a seat. Sit in.
See if she'll sit in the chair.
Come on.
No.
Wait, just leave her alone. Just let her.
I'm gonna get you some water. And
No, God, no, God.
so wrong for this.
Oh
Shine.
my God,
You could have said something before this girl got raised by a totally different family. You could have said something before now.
Listen,
You
you don't
had
know what's
years
going
to
on.
say this.
You don't know. Look, you don't know what's going on. It was not my doing.
You still
It was
coulda
your mother.
tried.
It
You coulda tried.
It was my
excuse.
doing.
I don't care what it say. This man is my father. The only thing I can thank you for is not causing him to embarrassment when he was alive. How could you? I came here because I was so sure that this is my father. How dare you? How dare you do this to me? How do you live with yourself?
Truth is what it is.
Miss Andrews, Miss Andrews, you have to accept this and you have to listen because it's going to be difficult to accept. You looked directly at me and you said, today's the day. I want to know. That's why you came here. You told me that. When I open the envelopes, I don't know what they're going to say.
No way did I expect the results to turn out this way.
I know, honey. I see it on your face.
I can't believe this.
I can only say that this is the beginning of a very long journey. And Mr. Glenn, I need you to understand that it is going to take some time. This has been overwhelming. This court has counseling resources for you in your home state that can help you process this, and I wish you all the very best of luck. Court is adjourned. Ms. Andrews, Jerome, can you bring Ms.
I'll
Andrews?
bring you up here for a minute. The judge would like to talk to you for a minute. Can you come up here and sit in the chair in the witness chair?
Come here. Let me apologize to you, okay? For giving you a hard time all those years. I want to say you're sorry.
Listen. I know this wasn't the answer you wanted to hear, and it's overwhelming. I feel you shaking. But look at me. There is going to be a blessing in this that you're going to find one day. At some point, when you're ready. I know. There's going to be one. There's going to be one.
That's too much for this.
There's going to be one. Because let me tell you something. You've got 3 beautiful children that have a man that they could have as a grandfather figure, as somebody in their life.
It's unbelievable.
I believe in you, and your children are counting on you, okay?
Yes.
Give me a hug. You can do this. You can do this. Yeah. You can do it. You can do it.